Yeah, and the nice thing about having a realistic expectation is we can look at history, and history can kind of give us some real perspective.
Perspective is the key word there, because over the last 10, 12 years, it's really easy to lose a healthy perspective on what we should be using from an assumed return. And all we have to do is look back in time to see how easy it is to lose that perspective, because here we are since 2008. Everybody remembers 2008. The S&P 500 was down nearly 37%. It was a nightmare. And that was just over a 12-month period of time. Over the course of that full recession, the S&P 500 was down north of 52%. So a lot of people had to come out of retirement, couldn't retire the way they wanted to, or just had to change your lifestyle because of what happened to portfolios. But since 2008, the stock market has been on a historic positive run. And so when we're thinking about building portfolios, or it's tempting for you maybe to try to assume a higher return, maybe that 8 to 10%, but if we look back at how the S&P 500 has actually performed over the last 20 years or so, we might come to a different conclusion and may not be as tempted to use that kind of high return. Because if we go all the way back to the turn of the century, in the year 2000, we got off to a rough start. Remember, this was the tech boom, or bust, I guess, where a lot of the tech stocks went under. So 2000, we were down 9, 2001 over 11. In 2002, we followed that up with a big one of over down 20%. And then it went well for a couple years. 2008 happened, we visited that, and then it really took off, and we only had one negative year from 2008 to 2020, and that was 2018. You can see it wasn't down that much. Only a little bit over 4%. So we feel like the stock market has done really well, and it really has, but the average rate of return over the course of that time frame was just under 7%. This also is a 100% equity portfolio. The S&P 500 is 500 largest companies in the United States, 100% equity. There's not too many retirees that we meet that want their portfolio invested in 100% equity portfolio. So if the S&P 500 has only averaged less than 7% over the last 20 years, then that should give you an idea of where you should be from an assumed return within your overall plan. Should you achieve a longer or higher longer term return than 4%? Yes, but that's the point. We want to be conservative to make sure that your real experience is greater than what we're planning.
That also makes 8 to 12 look really high when you look at it that way.
It does, and when you extrapolate that out over 20 to 30 years, and you look at your ending portfolio, which is really your legacy, of what you're going to pass on, it really balloons that number. Now, based on your portfolio construction, are you hoping for 10 to 12%?
Sure.
Maybe,
yeah.
Maybe, but what if you don't get that? You still want to make sure that you have the retirement that you want. You still have all the funding ability for that retirement vision. Thank you for watching this clip of Retiring Today, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions about your retirement plan, take advantage of the complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call.